Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Silent Trailers is tonight. Holy shit. KeithandTheGirl.com / tickets, of course. Micah Fox, Matt Backus, Zora Norbach, Wendy Starling. Dead. I'm taking care of business. I can feel it. You're in luck if you're on Team Keith. Chemda's going to be, let's see, she's in Spain, of course. So let's see, that's 8 p.m. Eastern time plus 6 hours divided by 2 AB. Then after that, we're going to be playing poker in the chat room. Oh my God. Be part of all this fun. Okay. Chemda, how's it going over there in Spain?
It's good. It's way later than you. It's 6 p.m. And then we're going to record Q&A for VIPers. So by the time we're done recording, it's going to be 10 p.m. here. Mic check is at 1 a.m. So I don't know if I'm taking a nap or what, but I'm going to be doing great for Silent Trailers. Meet me in Spain tonight. KeithandTheGirl.com /
Chemda didn't know the difference between Tom Selleck and Tom Cruise as is. You think after a little siesta, I don't know, it's going to be a lot of fun. Do be part of it. There are two great things on the internet. I'll tell you right now, Silent Trailers and Honey, Honey. I have this browser extension, Honey, where if I type anything that I want, a video game, a cable, socks, oftentimes it pops up and goes, oh, I found a place where you can get that for cheaper than what you're buying it at right now. And I'm like, what? That's the craziest business I've ever heard of. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. And it's not obscure places. It's not like, am I supposed to click on this? It's just regular. Here it is where you would have bought it, but it's cheaper.
Yes. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. Well, you are. Maybe legally they have to say you could be. I promise you are. It's literally free, installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you're doing yourself a solid and you're supporting this podcast. And I don't recommend shit I don't use. Get Honey for free at Join Honey, JOIN, joinhoney.com /KATG. That's joinhoney.com /KATG. You'll see what I'm talking about. The bad news is you're going to feel a little stupid, like you've been wasting money, but you can't think that way. You didn't know about it. Now you know about it. Bon appetit. All right.
You only know what you know when you know it.
That's right. And time takes time. Today's guest featured on Southside on HBO Max, Sherman Showcase on IFC. You know IFC. That's fancy shit. That's the people that brought you Human Centipede 1, 2, 3. You know these guys, class act. Will Miles, how you doing, Will?
Pretty good. How are you? What's up?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Well, we had scheduled, Will, you and your lovely wife to be on today's show. And so I got, look at this. Look at all this research I got here, right?
Oh, man.
So that doesn't mean I throw it away and I wasted my time with my questions for her. You're going to answer those as well.
I'm happy to.
All
Gladly.
Well, this one you can answer as well. You did 100 episodes of your podcast. Hopefully we don't break up, where as a couple, you talk to other couples and the idiosyncrasies of a relationship, which I love. I love being with Kyle and talking to another couple and getting into the goofy nitty gritty. Oh, can you believe when they do this? And it, obviously it's all set out of love. You stopped at episode 100. You said you're going on hiatus. That was March of 2019. Was it because I understand there could be problems? Was there any problem like, hey, I love this person, but this podcast is somehow affecting our lives? Anything there?
Not really. I mean, it was a lot to book and do all the time. And then we just both started getting busy. And then we realized, what's a good way to close this certain chapter? So when we got engaged, we were like, well, here we're engaged now. We could probably stop doing it for a while. Right. Just to say, hey, when we come back, we'll be married. And then we got married and had a kid. And then it's like, all right, I don't know about making time for this anymore.
I think you should do one more episode, if I may, because I was on your podcast.
Yeah,
and my hope.
How many? I'm sorry, Will. How many relationships looking back stuck together?
Yeah.
What percent?
This is my point.
Yeah.
That episode 101, you revisit the couples that were on, whether you can get an interview with some or all of them, but at least you give us the stats. These people broke up after this long. This person, they broke up, they got married again, they broke up, whatever it is. And even if you can't get in touch or it seems weird to get in touch, it's all on a status on Facebook, Instagram, you know.
Right.
Oh, also, here's a beautiful thing that's been happening. If somebody dates someone, you can go back and it's like they're not there at all. They will delete you on their Instagram. So if you see like a timeline that's missing, they broke up. So I would love just that one follow-up episode 101.
You know, that's not, I mean, we've considered, because there's like, there's so many that are broken up at this point. There's like, it's not a lot. It's like less than half. It's not half of them that are broken up.
Are you sure?
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's the stats in America are, what is it? 50% get divorced. We've had a good amount of divorce. We've had a lot of breakups.
It'd be way too much work. It'd be work, but it'd be funny if you go and just announcing number 47. They broke up. Here's a clip. He's my life, and I think about him first, and I think that gives me purpose. And number 44.
We'll be together forever.
Well, I believe that we recorded Hopefully We Don't Break Up the night before we left to Hawaii to get married. So fuck you.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Your wife.
It was. We were like, oh, they're going to be together forever. Great. All right. That was easy.
Was there pressure at all that, all right, you got engaged, you got married, you had a kid. I don't know if I want to keep doing a show called Hopefully We Don't Break Up. Did you guys know it's just funny, or did part of you go, why put that out there?
No, that part's just funny because like I think it's probably, is it healthy, or it's just funny maybe to look at relationships that way at all times, just because it helps that, you know, she was already divorced and I'm not like seasoned as far as relationships. So that's kind of the basis behind it in the first place. Like, you know, we're not good. We're not saying we're good at this. So hopefully it works out. And then,
I think it sounds weird, but it is healthy, because I think every day you have to opt into your relationship.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to drift without realizing it.
Exactly. And like grow together and all that stuff. That sounds smarmy, but it is true. Like you really got to grow as a couple while growing individually. So it is like, you never know, you know? So it's like, all right, I guess I better get on my A game.
Are you able to answer what's the biggest thing she taught you?
She taught me probably emotional openness, I guess is what it's called. But like, I never went to therapy before her. I never, there's a lot I didn't talk about my feelings, and like, I feel like I've got a lot of feelings definitely in the last 5 years, but probably my whole life that I just never discussed.
You've joked in your stand-up about, but it wasn't really a joke. You've mentioned that you like women that hit you. Is her, I don't want to say aggressiveness, but is it a turn on that she takes control and gets things done?
Yeah. I don't think I could be with a woman who's close to my personality, and that it's like we're close in that we joke around and we have the same humor, but I'm not take charge. And so it's much better if somebody else is, you know, sort of like in control of things. And like, you know, I know this, I'm going to do this. I wouldn't even talk to people if it weren't for stand-up comedy. So there's a lot of like,
are you a good arguer? Do you fight?
No, I'm terrible. No.
Yeah. Cause you shut down or what?
Yeah. I used to shut down. She taught me how to argue. So I used to just shut down.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
For us?
Arguing. Yeah. Well, you said she taught you how to argue. And I think a lot of guys are scared to argue, especially with their significant other, because every argument is a breakup in their head somehow, I think. So what's the secret to now I'm going to argue with you?
That was says hit me back.
Yeah. The first 3 years was definitely like me being like, so is this it? You know, the minute you argue, like, all right, I guess that's it. So first teaching me, like, you know, that's not it. You know, I still love you. I just disagree with this, or we're just having a tiff. Listening is important, not waiting to get your point out. Like actually just listening to what they're saying and not always having a correction or a fix. Because I don't know if it's a guy thing or whatever, but a lot of times we hear a problem and we're like, oh, okay, this is how you fix it. And that's just my natural ability. Yeah.
What if like you're a car mechanic, but you're trying to be better? Yeah. So you don't fix a fucking thing. You're like, oh, I hear you. My car's going brr, brr. Oh, yeah. Okay. That must be tough.
Yeah. And that's how my brain works too. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Why wouldn't I just fix it? Isn't there a way to fix it?
Right. Like Kyle would complain about something and I go, I hear you. Good night. That's a tough one for me too. Of course.
Yeah. And that's a lot of what she wants sometimes. So it's like, all right, I'll hear you complain, I guess.
Not you know what it is. I'm listening to you guys and I'm like, wow, that is really hard, because if you have the answer, why doesn't this other person want it if they're asking that question, right? And here's what I think. You don't have the answer. You always think you have the answer.
Yes.
You're the mechanic whose father was a mechanic, and you just think there's osmosis happening for your skills. So a lot of times we're like, yeah, I get how you see that is the answer, but that's not even what I'm upset about. And if you stop for a second, this is what I'm upset about. And you actually don't have the answer to that, because no one does. There is no answer.
And I think that's part of the emotional intelligence that she has for sure, because my brain is like so logic based.
You both went blank just now. You're both
yeah, exactly.
There's another layer. Fuck me.
Right. My brain is like logic. Here's the answer. You know, mild, disability, but it's like I don't understand why would that make you upset? I've just dealt my whole life not allowing that to make me upset. And then but somebody who has, it's like, oh, that
if you have feelings now, then what have you noticed made you upset that you didn't notice before? Like a lot of times guys will not even say that they're upset, and it's like, well, now we got to figure out that you are upset, and then like what you're upset about. So
that's so much of the relationship. It's like, oh, am I upset about that? I didn't realize it. Like, I don't have any jealousy per se. So that's something that, had to be learned. Like, okay, you're not jealous. So what's next? Because the obvious answer is always jealousy of like other people's lives. But because I don't understand that, it is like, that's a big leap for me, is like trying to understand what else could possibly be making me upset about, somebody getting a thing. It's like, oh no, it's just that I don't care that they got it. I just want like nobody to talk to me. Like, I don't know. I think I'm like a little bit of a hermit or something. And I don't enjoy like going outside per se, or but it took a while to realize that's just who I am. Like I used to listen to Kid Cudi a lot and internalize the Lonely Stoner stuff, but but I'd still go out and do stand-up comedy and hang out till 4 a.m. But then now with like a family and like just the
you have an excuse to stay home.
No, and it's exciting. Yeah. And it started when we started dating, and I'd be like, actually, Giulia wants me to just stay in tonight. And then they talk to her and she'd be like, I didn't want him to stay in.
Right.
It would be a lot of like, oh yeah, I guess I just don't want to go out, but I don't know how to tell people.
And
no.
I see this also, and I think this happens to women too. It's just expressed differently when guys are talking, but you don't want to say the negative thing. So are you upset? No. Then what are you? I'm not happy. And it's like, why can't you say that you're I'm not jealous. And it's like, oh, we're about to name all the things you're not. Sounds like and feels like you are.
Yeah.
It can't be that, because I'm a kind person. I have good intentions. So how could it be that I have this negative emotion? That's so fun that she has her degree through you for psychology.
Yeah. And it is like, and I've started therapy since. It is anxiety and light depression that I've had for probably my whole life, but I just didn't care to find out because I'd be
Just
like,
it's
well,
a
I'll
comedy
get on
to
stage.
find out.
Yeah, exactly. And
Did a doctor tell you that, or your wife, who happens to have it too, tell you that?
a little bit of both. No,
Okay.
one influenced me to talk to the other. So there's like, but the doctor did finally. I'm on pills now and everything. It's like, and then you look back and you're like, oh, like certain situations where I'd be like, oh, I think before this I was anxious because there were times where I was anxious because she's white and we're in public, and I'm like, I don't want to seem like that type of black dude. But that I didn't realize how much that affected me.
You mean like you sold out? Is that what you
mean? Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Right.
And or like I'm just one of those guys who only likes white girls. It's like, and I know that's not true about me, but even still, when I'd be outside, I'd be like, oh, I bet that they all over there think I only date white girls or something like that. And it's like, no. You want to yell out, I fuck plenty of black girls. But
it makes her feel weird, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then you take the pill, you're like, oh, actually, those people don't even know me. I don't think I care what they think. I'm having fun with my life.
Tell me this is a good comparison. I have a friend who she mostly, if not almost only dated women, especially for a long time, was engaged, and then broke up and started seeing a dude and got serious with this dude, surprised herself, but like, it fit and it was going. And now she's like, but I'm still queer. I still have this experience. And now I can only speak from a straight perspective, but it's not matching. It's like, wait, am I out of this club? Like, how are you thinking about me?
The more she points out that she's queer, it's just weird. Like,
yeah,
what's the fucking point? What? Who cares?
Exactly. At this point, I mean, it is. That is relatable because it is like, I swear I'm pro-black,
right?
But it is, it can look a certain way, but then anxiety meds, you're like, oh yeah, maybe I just love my wife. Like, why have I been caring about what other people thought about this when in public?
Did you try to dress her in like, African colors?
Yeah. Kente cloth.
Fist. This way, my queen. Do you do shit like that in public?
You know that Rachel Dolezal's onto something, right? No.
How great, by the way.
She's Italian, right? Is she Sicilian?
Yeah. She's close to Rome and then the north, sort of central North Italy.
Oh, because I was thinking like, but she's Sicilian. It's like
that was one of my first questions. I was like, if you're Sicilian, odds are you are black. But yeah, middle.
Do you do race role play?
No.
Okay. All right. How great, by the way, is therapy? The therapist is always on your side. I mean, they tell me when I'm wrong, but I know, like, I could tell therapist things you can't tell. I remember telling the therapist,
you can't even tell us now.
Yeah,
I can't, but she would understand. I'm like, I think my girlfriend is coming in hot from because of her period, and she goes, well, you can't say it like that to her. And I'm like, I know, but we can admit it's fucking I can't, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
I like going to my therapist and going like, okay, I laughed at this, but it is funny, right?
Right.
And her being like, obviously it's funny, but it hurts feelings. It's like, okay, but we all agree it is funny.
Right. That's right.
I like that you both try to get a consensus, but I guess it's fair.
Okay, but here's a picture of her best friend. You get it, right? And she, I do get it. I'm like, okay.
That's all I'm asking,
Yeah. Why'd they ask in the first place? That leads to this, of course. BetterHelp. Come and I use it. BetterHelp is online therapy, and you're going to like it. That's what I say. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat. I do the phone with COVID going on, and I like pacing. That's what I like. Let's see. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people. By the way, speaking of Hemda in your show and her divorce, she tried to get the regular therapy. It's like, one hoop after another. It's like, I don't know. I'm fucking half suicidal over here. BetterHelp, you're talking to somebody right away.
Yeah.
It's true. Whenever you say you can get a therapist in under 48 hours, I'm like, yes, that's the selling point right there. Because to go through that sort of like bureaucratic and, who's taking you.
That's my first lesson.
Back to you.
Trying to deal with all that shit is my first therapy session.
Ooh, right.
And I found one on there and then took her offline or what. That sounds weird, but I found her on there and then I was like, all right, we're settled. I found you in 48 hours and we're great. And now I can't use the app anymore because I don't need you this much or I don't have time. But I was like, all right, great. But so I can just do it.
You found somebody you like and you guys struck a deal on the side. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Keith and the Girl listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/KATG. That's BETTERHELP.com/KATG. Okay. All right. I'm going to get more into the personal stuff, but I have news that I heard that I got to share with you right away. A dude from Finland, a cross-country skier, couldn't finish his Olympic race on Saturday after high winds in Beijing caused his penis to freeze.
Oh.
The skier, who did not medal, did not get first, second, or third place, said his icy member caused performance anxiety. Well, I would think so. And had to use a heat pack to thaw his groin after the competition.
What kind of pants are those?
Exactly. Right. Every little thing slows down half a millisecond. And he's like, give me silk pants. I don't know what he's up to, but that's goofy as fuck.
So he froze his dick off?
He thinks his dick started freezing.
I don't think so.
I once, very embarrassing, but kind of close. I was doing karaoke and I couldn't keep up with the song and I pretended that the monitor wasn't working for me. I think that's what this does.
Not only that,
my dick, touch it, squeeze it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's flaccid, I'm assuming, but I don't know what the pants do when you're skiing. But that's weird. I mean, I don't think it probably works right after that either.
How many? Once it starts tingling, put one of those hand warmers down there, and then it doesn't. Come on, I don't know.
Wait, but if your dick is so cold that it affects the function of it, possibly for good,
right?
That's a doctor's note, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's like at least something on a script pad, right?
Maybe quit the biz also.
Quit the biz. If your dick can fall off. And by the way, right on the screen that your dick can fall off and I'll be more impressed.
Yeah.
Cross country skiing. Okay, now I get, because it looks boring as fuck. Yeah, that's where you walk 60 miles, but on skis. Who gives a shit? But now that I know dicks can freeze, okay.
Hold on. These runners are running in no gear. I don't know. Wait, it's not your first time cross-country skiing in cold weather, right? Don't bodies warm up as they're working out? Does that warmth not go towards your dick because it's an extremity? Like, do you need like a dick glove? And aren't there dick gloves for these things?
And
let's find out.
How isn't blood going there?
This after him.
Yeah.
I don't know how blood isn't going there because apparently you love the Olympics. So I don't know. I'd be pulsating.
I feel like I read it was his second time that it happened too.
This guy's making up lies.
Yeah,
it's the second time. Well, then get the fuck out. It's not for you. What can I tell you? It's a family trait. Your parents lied to you that they never had it. Get out of it.
No one else has got dick freeze.
Circumcised or uncircumcised? Because it seems like an uncircumcised would be like a nice hat, like a good layer. So I feel like, is he circumcised?
Gotta be, because uncircumcised is its own dick glove. So
maybe they circumcised like the diameter.
I love how he's an Olympian and we're trying to picture his dick now.
Well, it's funny. They say the guy's Finnish, but all right.
Is it enormous? Like, nice.
Nice.
Is it so big that it's touching the floor? Like, is that why it's
okay? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. He's like, I can't feel my dick head again.
Yeah.
I'm wearing shorts. What did I do?
He's listening to this going, they finally got what I was trying to say. Oh, you have the biggest dick in the world with the most finish.
I don't even know how I would tell people. So this happened to him twice, Will? I don't even know how I would tell anybody. I'd be like, bad performance. I don't think I'd be like, my dick starts freezing. Like
Twice. I'm just a bad skier. Yeah, I shouldn't be here.
Did they know he's lying? They're like, what do you want? Cortisone? I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah.
If you think it would help.
Benadryl? No, what is it?
Nobody's nipples froze off, but his dick froze off?
Yeah.
There we go. Very. No underwear, I guess? Or
what's the only
nude?
way to warm that up?
Yeah. But then he's skiing while jerking off, and it's an even bigger issue.
Whatever it takes, man. It's the Olympics.
It's like the Iditarod almost. Like nobody's paying attention all the time. You know, if you pass the tree, warm it up, keep going. Oh my God. By the way, Finland is number 16 in the order of medal wins.
Oh,
Norway's number 1, Germany, then China, where of course the Olympics are, and then USA.
Really, we're up there. Right?
We're up there. We're up there. We have we're
Canada?
1 gold medal away from number 3, but we our total medal count is number 3. Where's Canada? Number 11.
Really?
Yeah.
And they've got mountains and snow.
Well, they're keeping their dicks warm. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
right. I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't win. You get the whole thing. I'm reading that an Iranian prisoner died of joy after hearing the news that he no longer faced the death penalty.
Oh, wow.
No,
say what it was
Let me
for,
tell you something. I'm my family's from Iran. My father's from Iran. Nobody dies of joy.
It's another lie.
They killed him because of the shame of laughing so hard or enjoying himself so much. That's how you die of joy over there. They quote my father, no one's going to marry you with that laugh. Okay. This is the kind of shit. Like, how about another quote? We don't have the gay phenomenon here. See, you can't even be gay or happy or whatever synonym you want to use. Yeah. There is you die of joy. That's how much you're not allowed to have fun.
He probably died with a smile on his face as they were shooting him. I'm so happy I'm free. Oh God.
he's being fried on the electric chair, and they're like, yay. They have his arms on strings. Yay.
Yeah. They jokered him. They just cut his face. So it made a permanent smile.
The 55-year-old was in jail for murder, had a fatal heart attack when informed that the family of his victim had pardoned him. Reports said he was elated right before entering cardiac arrest. Yeah, I'm on, I believe, Chemda. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
also, what kind of news is this?
Yeah.
This is, I got this in the Finnish story from doubtit.com.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
This like
heart
what
attack.
people think of themselves.com.
Right.
I can't believe the family pardoned him too. That's
right. Maybe that'd be funny if that was a trick. Like we don't think his heart can take it if you forget him last minute. All right. Okay.
Yeah, the guards bet $1. I bet that he'll still die.
This guy's been eating fucking steaks every day. So
that leads to this. You got to keep your immune system working and ticking. Athletic greens. I take my athletic. It's a powder. I put it in water. I shake it up. I go healthy, wealthy, and wise. I love it. That's right. You're having a drink over there yourself. I have it's fantastic. What are you gonna do? Buy spinach, asparagus, how about you just fucking drink it and it's done? I have to make my salad just right. Well, that's healthy with all the fucking sugar dressing. That's healthy. No, I put it right in fucking water. I love it. I love it. Xerxes has it over there. I love it.
Yeah, he's drinking it, and I'm telling you, he will not eat greens. They gross him out. And this drink is green, so I thought he might be turned off by it. No big deal. Drink it. He drinks it like it's any other color. He doesn't see color when he's doing his athletic greens.
Let's see. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health. No shit. And arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially the flu and cold season. Come on. It's one scoop and a cup of water every day, and that's it. I start my day with it. No need for a million different pills, supplements. Make it easy? Okay, they will. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do, you go to athleticgreens.com. I'm talking like I'm Giulia's mom. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/KTG. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/KTG. Take ownership over your health. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Get that free shit.
Right.
You just sold me on it, honestly.
It's honestly good. I do it every single morning. By the way, Giulia's mom was on the first track of her last comedy album.
Yeah.
And she does sound like we're gonna say the princess together, right? This mom. Am I right or wrong? Like a little Mario. The first track is you can do anything. You could be really smart. You could do anything, but no joke of me. No joke of me. But why you make joke of me? And then she does her stand up, and then at the end, it's her dad leaving a voice message that says, "I have a joke for you," and almost looks around like, "Okay, mom's not looking. Okay." I left my heart in San Francisco. I left my butt in the toilet. And a long pause, and he goes, "Okay, good luck on the show tonight."
Hell yeah. I love my parents-in-law. Oh, we're great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna learn Italian because
someday when you have
someday. I mean, well, because we kind of want our daughter to be bilingual. Not kind of. I mean,
sure.
Our grandparents.
We do, but it's work. Yeah,
it's work. That's the thing. We would love that if like maybe just her grandparents could teach her, and then I'll just by proxy learn. But
right.
But I'm like, I do want to know. Just so, like, I feel like, well, there's a lot of conversations that happen in full Italian and that I'm around. Mm-hmm. Like I went to her cousin's wedding, and I was just standing there for a while with my mother-in-law and a few aunts, and I was like, yeah, there's not one word of English going on right here. So, because they're all from, I call it the old country. Literally, none of them do. But I'm like, well, you're all from the old country, so I will. I'll just stand here. And I just was drinking my. They had Douze. I was like, I can't believe you guys have Douze. Jay-Z's electric beer. This is great.
How long have you and Giulia been together?
9 years, I believe.
9 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're considering learning Italian. Look at that. Look at that. First English, right? You got to learn all the emotions. That's a lot of words.
Did you get like Duolingo and you're like, this isn't like Sopranos at all?
At all.
Easy.
Yeah. Right. Well, the thing that I'm noticing is Italians on TV is nothing like in real life.
Right.
Like a little bit, I guess, but like not really. The Godfather, maybe, but anything new, you're like, oh my God, this is way off. Like,
right.
I'm around all these people from Italy who moved here, and it's like that's the closest because it shows the immigration from Italy to here. But Sopranos, I'm like,
that's so weird.
I don't know anyone like this. Yeah.
They're not getting Italians right because they get Middle Eastern.
Yeah. And they get black people right all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Oh, they just a wide range of personalities and emotions and jobs. Oh
yeah.
Did you try to speak Italian, like, and you were told you were wrong? Like, what are we eating tonight? A nice lasagna.
I use Soprano stuff sometimes, and then it's so off. Like, can I have some of the gravy? And then they're like, first of all, don't do that accent. Second of all, we don't call it gravy. I'm like, oh, really? All right.
Gravy is like, how do you tell them? Like, no, you do. You call sauce gravy. It's weird. You do.
I've watched 20 years of Italians on TV. You call it gravy, all right?
That's what you do. Right.
You say Sunday sauce, you call it gravy. Yeah.
Should we get a plain or a pepperoni pizza? They're always doing shit, right? They don't have time for words. But maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's just Hollywood. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
As it turns out, they got it wrong. Hollywood got it wrong. What the hell?
In your stand-up, you've talked about the smoking weed. Of course, you love it. You wish you can marry it, and your family's a close second. Did Giulia start partaking?
Oh yeah, she did before.
She's been.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Her and that. Here's what I remember about Giulia: weed fucking popcorn. Am I right?
Yes. Hell
That's intense because you're eating munchies while you're eating the thing.
Yep.
And you can actually, that commercial where the person sank into the couch. That's the only time it's true. Weed popcorn.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't do edibles like that anymore because of it. It's just so much. But yeah, no, the first thing I knew was we were out somewhere, like we weren't even fully dating yet, but I just remember being somewhere with Jason Signs and me being like, man, Signs, I didn't bring any weed. I can't believe this. And he was like, oh, Rozzi's always got weed. And I was like, really?
Okay.
Good to know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
in
like,
about
that's
8
like
years.
even before Love at First Sight, there was Love at First Hearing how much she always has weed with her.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, that was a selling point. I was like, okay, so my shit won't be a problem. All right.
How old is your baby? Not 2 yet, right?
No, not 2. She's 1.5, 19 months.
Okay. You digging it so far? Or
Loving it.
Too much. Okay, good. That worked out.
Yeah. It's she like walks now and is saying words, kind of. She says like words, but then a bunch of gibberish in between.
Right.
So that part is cool when you're like,
So
you're
like
like a little person. Yeah.
You're like a clock. You say a bunch of stuff, you're right twice, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
What kind of what kind of music?
Okay, yeah.
What kind of music do they like? I see a lot of parents and they get so lucky because their kids love the same music. Like, hey, I got to be honest, they love the Beatles. What an amazing coincidence. What kind of music does your child like?
Yeah, the same shit we like. I mean,
oh, nice. Thank God, right?
As it works out, all you have to do is just play it a bunch in front of them, and then they start dancing, and then they see us dance, and they're like, "Oh, maybe I like this." And it's like, "Oh yeah, maybe you do." I don't know why you have listened to Freddie Gibbs so much, but I guess you love.
It's like when we first bought albums, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna make it's $15 an album. We're gonna make ourselves love this.
Yeah,
that's what kids are going through right now. I follow. In your stand-up, you mentioned you said like this is a while ago, of course, and something about dating, and you're like, I'm paraphrasing, but I wear better clothes. I fixed my eye.
Oh yeah.
Did you have a bum eye? I forget.
I still do. I just wear glasses more now.
Oh, okay.
But, well, I got in a big accident when I was 22 that permanently pushed this side of my face up.
The right side of your face up. What was the accident?
It was a bike accident. I was riding my bike down the bike path in Chicago on Lakeshore Drive. And I was drunk, admittedly, and I had a CD player. It was back then. So I had a CD player and I was trying to change the track. And as I did, there was a rock in the road. I had one hand on the bike and I did a bunch of flips. The bike turned over. I flipped down a hill kind of. And because I was drunk, I was convinced that I was fine. So like people started crowding around me the way you do when somebody's very clearly injured a lot.
Right.
And I was like, what are you guys up to? Like, why is everyone, I'm fine. Like, let me just ride home. And they were like, don't move. Don't get up. Don't move. Your face is covered in blood. And, they had to call an ambulance, and I'm in the ambulance, and I was just like, this is wild, guys. I got a date tonight. And I kept telling them, like, because I was supposed to go to the Roots concert with this one girl. And I called her. I was like, yeah, they're fucking like convincing me I have to go to the ER and everything. I'm like, I guess I got to just meet me at the hospital and then we can go from there. And she gets there and I'm in a full body cast.
Wow.
Like my head is wrapped in full. And she's like, yeah, I guess we're not going to the show. But they had to do a bunch of x-rays and everything. Essentially I scrubbed the side of the sidewalk. Shit,
with
I think
your
I just
face.
with my face.
But,
yeah. And so
But she still got to go to, I mean, it's the Roots, right?
She's a nice lady.
Do you mind if I take another guy?
Right, yeah. I still got 2 tickets.
You're going to be in this cast.
Right. Yeah. So, you're going to take pills and be out anyway, right? Like, I think I should go.
Yeah. Here, I brought you a CD player.
Yeah.
You create it right here. You're in a Roots concert.
How true is it that you mentioned in your stand-up that a woman would say, hey, we're about to fuck. Give me the black experience.
Did that happen? That probably happened when I was wasted.
And what does that mean? Does it just mean fuck me hard? What does it mean?
I think she was just trying to be sexy or whatever, but
okay.
Definitely caught me off guard. And I was like, I mean, I'm gonna have sex with you. I don't know. Right. I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do anyway.
You're doing it doggy style, and you're like, still black.
You can't see, but trust me,
it's black.
He's nobody ever asked you to give them the white experience.
They haven't.
No?
I've been told, hey, apparently you're giving me the white experience. I've been told that, but that's different, I think.
A little different.
What's the story behind you saying that you were in an open relationship that's non-sexual? But
that was just it's about one of my friends who I liked her a lot, and then I just wrote that joke, and she loved the joke. She was like, okay, yeah, that's funny. Because essentially I was like, oh man, what if we were together? And she was like, yeah, I don't see that happening. So you should probably just date a bunch of other people. And I was like, all right, I'll date a bunch of other people, but
okay,
I'm still holding out for you. And then so it was like, she was like, all right, we can hold out, but I really think we're just going to be friends.
Right.
It was like a year of that happening. And then I just wrote that joke, and she was like, now you get it. Like, yeah.
It'd be funny if you left messages like, I cheated on you last night. Well, I think you're pushing it in a weird way.
Yeah.
She starts putting in extra stuff like, oh, we're in one of those open relationships with the don't ask, don't tell. So you just go ahead, and I don't need to hear about that or anything else that you do.
Never at all. Yeah, right. Just tell me nothing. You can even get married and then see how that works.
Yeah. Do you tell her like, don't congratulate me on my marriage? We'll just keep living.
Yeah. You said don't tell, so I'm just not even going to mention that I'm married with a child.
Will loves rom-coms, right? And lost his virginity to Along Came Polly.
Yeah.
So you could do the math, 2004, et cetera, et cetera. I did too. I had sex, and the movie playing was House Sitter with Goldie Hawn and Steve Martin. Yeah.
Yeah. My hero, Steve Martin.
Yeah. Mine too.
Thanks, buddy. He taught me comedy. I don't know if you've seen Masterclass, but I'm the student. I'm the student in Masterclass.
You know legitimately,
yeah.
Say it.
With Steve Martin, yeah.
That's funny. You should maybe that's like the whole thing is just putting on some like lighthearted something to ease people into things. When Xerxes and I first hooked up, we were watching a stand-up special.
Right. I hooked up with this one girl with Never Scared by Chris Rock on in the background. And she said something. She was like, do we have to watch this? I was like, I mean, I've only seen it once. I didn't really get the nuances.
Right. Yeah, I don't think House Sitter. I don't know who was sitting for who.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember like when we were teenagers, the movies were for makeouts, right?
Yeah.
And so does that even happen anymore? I mean, I get pandemic, but in the before times that don't exist?
Maybe with because in California, drive-thrus really blew up during the pandemic because you could just bring your car over there. So I wonder, teenagers must have just had sex in their cars during that. I would hope for them.
Where are people making
Saying
out?
I would hope is weird, I guess.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't need to know where teenagers are making out.
Yeah, that's
don't tell me. I was only interested in that when I was a teenager.
Yeah. But it is like, man, because I do feel bad for a lot of teens during this because I'm like, this is your time to like fuck around and be crazy. And where do you get to do that? So
Right.
I mean, if I was when I was 16, I was itching to be outside of the house all the time. The teenagers that just went through this, yikes.
They're going to be.
That's all I have to say.
They're going to get a lot of them are going to be pregnant probably the minute this is over. I mean, they'll be 18. I don't know. I'm just saying, when you're cooped up like that, you're like, whoo, all right, I missed out on 4 years of trying to have sex. Now we're all just ready to do it.
So, oh boy.
Somebody has us in the background. Somebody does. Hey, get it in. I mean, if it's consensual and everybody's okay. Okay, thank you. All right, good. All right. Ask for ID. Okay, good. In Giulia's stand-up, she talked about, were you with her during this time? She talked about a time that her toilet broke and she felt she had a shit in Tupperware.
That was her first husband.
That was okay.
Yeah, not me.
Okay. And, and it's funny because she mentions real quick, like, anyway, the no bodega was open, close, blah, blah. Like then a restaurant was open, close. You didn't check if there was a bodega open, close, and then, scoot your way back in. And she said how she, put a bunch of bags, so many bags around it. So like a homeless person didn't think it was chocolate cake. Brownie. She said. Did she burp the Tupperware? I do have questions about that. That's the secret. Everybody knows that.
I do too.
If I would find it, do you ever find it? Like if I found out my girlfriend shat in Tupperware, like had to, I would love knowing that. Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Like
because it's so funny.
And what am I going to do wrong? That let's remember you shat in Tupperware.
That's true. I do always have that. That is.
Well, Keith has a very interesting point system, and as long as the points stay even, he's okay. Yes. So every time this girlfriend does something that would generally upset or disgust like the general public / him, that's a point, and he gets to be gross on some other end some other time. So as long as he's got either racked up points that he has access to use, it can't be like that he's the more disgusting person. They have to be even, or she's slightly more gross so that he has some potential credit for being an asshole or something. It's weird.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That is, I respect it. I don't expect
that to be your response, but good.
I don't know if I don't have that. And I don't know if I will, but I respect it.
You snored last night. So now I'm like, oh, great. Is that ever going to go away? Are you, is it unsexy? Are you disgusted? Hey, remember when you shat in the china? And then it's like, okay, well, as long as you know, I don't even have to bring it up. I just know, and snoring wasn't a big deal. That
I guess they're called human points. It's like, oh, you showed humanity. Ew. Okay, I get one too. Good. Yeah.
Well, just because
farted by accident. Oh, if I shard later on, you also need to burp, and then that'll be like right up there.
I mean, it sounds like a good system in theory.
Oh, she's in the bathroom and she accidentally farts, and I hear it. Oh, it's a fucking blessing.
Who accidentally farts in the bathroom?
You do deliver.
That's how he has to tell himself that. She would never do it unless
she would never do it
delivered.
She would never do it delivered. Don't even say that. Now the show got silly. This is silly. Talking about dicks falling off in the cold. Now we're being silly.
Now we're being crazy.
This is too much. All right, let's go over what we talked about today, shall we, Will?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Silent trailers is tonight. Micah Fox, Matt Backus, Zara Norbach, Wendy Starling, keithandthegirl.com/tickets. All right. I'm going to destroy them, but I do need you there to see it. I don't know if that's related to what we're just saying, but it's only important to me if you see it. Okay. Let's see. Honey.
Micah Fox, also a great director, by the way.
Great director?
She directed an Old Spice ad I was in with Langston Kerman.
What don't you do, Will?
I know, right?
Fuck it. We're going to ask Micah to direct something tonight.
Hell yeah. Do it. I
don't even know what that means.
I use Old Spice.
I used to. I did for the time that I was allotted to use Old Spice after that ad.
Is money still coming in?
Nope. So I don't use it anymore.
I use Brute.
I use honey.
Nice.
We talked about the podcast Hopefully We Don't Break Up at episode 101, where you give us an update on where everybody's been. That's going to be very exciting.
Honestly, we had comedian couples too. I really would like to get them in this. There's a lot who are married to different people now. And I'm
Right.
like, what if we got you guys back in the room with your new spouses?
You can take the soundbite from this show if you don't want to like go through all, interviewing everybody. Here's my soundbite again, if you don't want to rewind.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Your show is dumb.
We talked about a cross-country skier who had a hard time finishing his Olympic race. Hard time because there were high winds and his dick froze. And I can't tell you if that's a lie or not. I say that to Kyle at night. I'm like, it's cold. Just put your hand there, and you do what you can. But we are number 4 right now in the Olympic Games. I'll give a fuck when we're higher. An Iranian prisoner died of joy after hearing the news that he won't die after all. But again, I think it's another trick. I think it's another scam. Athletic Greens, you're welcome.
Athletic Greens are great.
Will Miles, he answered questions about him. He answered questions about his wife, and I think a question or two about the kid. Yeah, definitely the music. So we covered that. Thank you very much. What is there any? Does the kid seem to have a proclivity for anything? Meaning, what job do you think this kid will get at a year and a half when they're?
I don't know. Honestly, I like
just a NASA engineer.
I mean, that's what we all
rocket
wish.
scientist.
Yeah.
A pants shitter. Like what?
Yeah. I was gonna even say like, I'm really into. I think Rachel Wolfson is great, and I'm like, she's like the first female Jackass.
Oh, okay, right.
And so I'm like, my daughter likes to fuck around and like hurt herself a little bit.
Yeah.
Because then she or she'll fall and then crack up, and like I don't know. I get she's hilarious in a weird way without speaking, but she's already very funny, and she gets like the games that we do humor wise. So I really think she could do like a fully Jackass situation. Comedy wise,
did it feel forced at all to you?
High hopes.
The diversity in the new Jackass. Did it feel forced?
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
not everyone's white.
Right. I heard. Yeah. Well, I know they got one of the Odd Future guys in there. I think Jasper is in there.
Yeah, it turns out the black people can take tasers to the balls too, and it's good to see because
it is. Yeah.
Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but you're seeing Jackass 1, 2, and 3, and you're like, when am I gonna be represented?
Seriously, I really. And Bad Trip is like a good Eric Andre's show when that first came out.
Yeah,
I remember people like younger than me saying like, oh, "It's so good to see a person who looks like me do fucked up shit." I was like, that's important. Yeah, it is important. I'm like, yeah, cool. Because I did watch Jackass and Borat and all that shit as a kid. I went to a black college and we all went to go see Borat, and we all were like cracking up. So I'm like, this is clearly connects with us, but none of us are on screen.
That's fun.
Oh,
like,
you know what?
Instead, I would think,
feel that.
Yeah, I would think maybe you're watching going, dumb white people, but you felt left out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where we do say that, but then like those Jackass movies and Bad Grandpas and stuff and Borat and Ali G, it was like, man, we feel left out of this. Like we have stupid sense of humor. Yeah.
When I saw Borat or just what's his face, Sacha Baron Cohen, I'm like, oh, he speaks Hebrew and he does these characters and he is like, I don't know. I did see myself in it, and I think it's very smart. It's very clever, and it's like we get to be a part of that. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even know I felt that way until just now.
it didn't bum me out when Sacha Baron Cohen's Hebrew is obviously all fake. And when I say obviously,
no, it's real and it's impressive because when he's speaking his fake language, he's speaking Hebrew. And in this new movie, when his partner is speaking their fake language, I don't know what language it is. It's like Russian or something.
Right.
And they're responding to each other as if they're speaking the same language. So they cut back and forth from English to what's supposed to be a made up language where he is fully speaking Hebrew.
Oh, wow.
Like, so it's so fucking impressive.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And she killed him, Maria. I forget her last name, but she destroyed.
Amazing.
That was so funny.
Yeah. And seeing a woman in that position, that's also something, like just keeping up with this dude who's like the most clever at it, as far as I think,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, here's what you want to do. You want to know about Will? Go to GiuliaRozzi.com. Okay. She takes care of business over there. Will's Instagram handle is Mr. Will Miles.
Oh.
Same thing with Twitter. You know that. And he's fantastic. And I look forward to more stand-up. I look forward to more podcasts. I want it all, Will. You're a fucking dream.
Hey, you guys are dreams. Thank you so much.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.